Vibe coding. Everyone's talking about it, and I don't quite get it. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what vibe coding is and the different levels to it, coming from a designer's perspective who's just now getting started on this new wave of AI tools. Hi, it's Pixel Feelings. Here we talk about all things design, how it makes us feel, and embracing the mess of learning new tools. And like I said, today we're going to talk about vibe coding and the different levels to it. It's not going to be a tutorial, but more so a journey of exploration from one designer to hopefully another. I started by Googling what is vibe coding, and this is what Google gave back to me. And of course, it was an AI summarized response. Vibe coding is an AI-assisted software development style where developers rely on large language models to generate code through natural language interactions. Cool, but also, And as a product designer, how does this benefit me? Then I came across a much more helpful article by IBM where Shalini Arkar breaks it down like this. Vibe coding is a fresh take on coding where users express intention in plain speech and the AI turns that into executable code. The goal is to build with AI in real time, from structure to suggestion to the boring stuff. Code first, refine later is the essential idea. Now, I'm no engineer, so instead of diving into the world of LLMs and APIs, I wanted to better understand how, as a designer, I could benefit from using vibe coding. I then Googled vibe coding for designers, and finally, I found people who are speaking my language. Let's go! First, I came across an article on Medium by Matt Poynton that gives a breakdown of no-code AI tools for beginners. He compares vibe coding to pottery, like throwing on the wheel, which I found to be a helpful comparison as someone who has dabbled in ceramics before. He says, you shape your idea with your hands. It's messy, intuitive, and one wrong move or prompt can throw your whole creation off kilter. He says, the form emerges through doing. It emerges through vibes. I find this to be such an approachable way to look at vibe coding as someone who was previously anxious about it. Thinking about it as co-creation and working with your AI companion to define the form as you go along. Just like pottery, you don't need to know what you're making just yet. You just kind of have to start. And the same is true for when it comes to co-creating with AI. You just kind of start with an idea and see where it takes you and co-create along the way. I then came across another Medium article by Pete Sena that talks about vibe coding from a completely different perspective. Great article, and he brought up a lot of great points about vibe coding and the future of vibe coding in the intersection of product and technology. The biggest thing that stood out to me in this article was the implication that the idea execution gap is vanishing. When you can go from concept to working product in hours instead of months, more ideas get conceptualized and tested in the wild, giving us validation much faster on what is a viable direction to proceed in. And this to me is where I'm seeing the role of product design shaping up in this new world of vibe coding and no-code tools. I'm seeing more and more designers using these tools to prompt their ideas into functioning prototypes. Especially at work, we've been using tools like Replit and Lovable and Figma Make to bring to life prototypes and visions for where we see our products heading. And online, I'm seeing so many folks, designers, non-designers alike, taking this a step further and turning these prototypes into actual functioning products with live users that people can interact with in real time and have authentication and paid subscriptions. Like, that's the part that really gets me, is how do we get to that point? Observing all of this from a step back, it really made me question the different levels of vibe coding, and that too specifically from the perspective of product designers or non-coders. Because anyone with or without coding background can now take advantage of vibe coding. And I didn't really see anyone talk about this just yet. So with the help of ChatGPT, here are the levels of vibe coding for non-coders that I came up with. Level 0, the comfort zone. Still designing in Figma, still making prototypes manually. Feels good, feels safe, but the vibes are a bit static. Then there's level 1, the explorer. You've dipped your toes in. You try a no-code AI tool and oh my god, it works. You say what you want and actually does the thing. How cool is that? You feel like a wizard, a confused but curious wizard. Then comes level 2, the builder. You're now more confident. You can create working flows, deploy prototypes, and maybe even test with real users or show your teammates. Your vibes are now starting to feel real. Then comes level 3, the architect. Now you're linking things up. Prototypes connected to live data, realistic behaviors, maybe even real-time logic. It's not just vibes, now they're functioning vibes. Lastly, level 4, the launcher. You've now gone full circle from idea to design to prototype to launch, all without writing a single line of code, hopefully. You now have real users, you're building real actual products, and you're shipping on just good vibes alone. Me, if you ask, I'm somewhere between level 1 and level 2. I'm learning, I'm dabbling, and I'm definitely vibe curious. And now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of these levels? Where would you say you are? Would you add or change anything about these levels? This was Pixel Feelings. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. And if you did, let me know by commenting below. Only good vibes. And I'll see you again with another Pixel Feeling next time.